Africa is full of diversity, which can be seen from its map, which reveals a continent with many nations situated inside. Each nation has its own unique story and people groups to learn about and discover. Ethiopia is one such country that has a rich and ancient history. It has appeared time and time again on the world stage. Ethiopia is located in the Horn of Africa. As you can see here, it is a landlocked country. Nations like Kenya and Sudan cover each and every side. Ethiopia is a giant nation as well. It is roughly twice the size of Texas. Its rugged topography and elevated terrain make it hard for the average traveler to take on. Rugged escarpments deny easy access to the plateau from north, east, or west, while a broad expanse of deserts and parched grasslands make an approach from the south equally uninviting. Thus, Ethiopia was one of the few countries to escape being colonized. Ethiopia has a tropical climate, but its terrain also includes mountains and deserts. There are typically 3 seasons in Ethiopia. The first is the long, dry season known as the Bega. The second is the short, wet season called the Belge. After a short intermission of dry heat, the final season is the long, wet season, referenced as the Krept. This rainy season helps enrich the soil for agriculture and livestock. Ethiopia is proud of its heritage. It has a rich history of past empires and has ties to the Bible. The ancient Eskam Empire, whose obelisk is pictured here, is a remaining relic that testifies to the glory of a past era. Many Byzantine traders would try and initiate trade with Eskam in the 4th, 5th, and 6th centuries because it was seen as being a leading world power at the time. Important historical figures are also associated with Ethiopia. Some of the people are the Queen of Sheba, the biblical story of Philip and the Ethiopian eunuch, and the mysterious Prester John. Ethiopia has had strong ties with the Bible, and in the 3rd or 4th century AD, the ruling monarch at that time declared Ethiopia to be a Christian nation. Christianity would have a lasting impact upon the population. Other religions that were influential in Ethiopia are Islam, Judaism, and Roman Catholicism. The largest religious denomination in Ethiopia is the Ethiopian Coptic Church. Ethiopia also has old ties with Europe. Italy and Ethiopia did a lot of intercontinental travel with each other, since each shared religious beliefs and were fascinated by the other's culture. As previously stated, unlike the majority of Africa, Ethiopia was saved from the scramble for Africa because of its unique geographical features which made it difficult to travel. Ethiopia today faces challenges. It is one of the poorest countries in the world, and only 1/6 of their population is urbanized. Thus, much of the population lives in rural communities across the nation. There have been projects set in place to help boost the industrial component of this nation. However, there are still problems with health, and the borders are a cause of concern. The borders in place today are modern borders, which do not reflect the historical boundaries that have been set in place for centuries. However, nationalistic movements between 2 different people groups have created independent countries. The border dividing Eritrea from Ethiopia is still highly contested. Wars have ruptured, and citizens have been displaced. Overall, Ethiopia is a nation with a strong historical identity that is still creating its history each and every day.